All right, guys, it's going to be a tough fight. Let's get ready for some man-on-man in KLA soccer. We're going to go for par in golf regionals, and we're going to try to make some aces in tennis. But most importantly, let's get ready for some statewide football. State champs on 3. 1, 2, 3. State champs!
State Champs is presented by Lawrence Technological University. Possible is everything. Also brought to you in part by Hungry Howie's. Your next fundraiser comes with flavored crust. Go to doughrazor.com for details. Van Andel Institute. Get involved. Join us at purplecommunity.org. And our friends with the United Auto Workers and Chrysler.
From inside the State Champs studios in Southfield, Michigan, and on the campus of Lawrence Technological University, I want to welcome you to another high school sports thrill ride we call State Champs. LTU provides the power. I'm your host, Lauren Plant. 40 weeks a year, we are here. And right now, the fall sports schedule is at its most intense. We've got reporters in Lansing, Mid-Michigan, West Michigan, and of course, right here in Greater Detroit with highlights from week 7 of the football season. But that's just the tip of the spear. We've got league championships in boys soccer, regional action in girls tennis and golf. We've got a story on the reigning national boys cross-country runner of the year. He's got plans for a sweet repeat. We go in focus on the pride of Grand Blanc. But we start this week down south.
All out, no holding back, throwing haymakers, daring to be great on every single play. Yes?
Yes, sir. We begin with a backyard brouhaha. The Kenton Chiefs on the cusp of winning their second straight KLAA South Division title. They'd have to do it by getting by their cross-campus rivals, the Plymouth Wildcats. First quarter, Chiefs go into the air. Senior quarterback Greg Williams going long, connecting with Robert Guajardo, 75-yard touchdown. More from Kenton on their next possession. Williams on the play action, hooks up with a wide-open Nolan Gilo. This will wind up being a 73-yard gain down to the Wildcat 1. Marcus Sanders cleans it up. Chiefs led 14-0 after the first. Ken inside the red zone to start the second quarter. Brian Newton getting it done. Chiefs win by a 30-20 final. The KLAA South Division title once again belongs to Ken. Now to a battle for first place in the Huron League. Monroe St. Mary Catholic Central on the road to take on the Riverview Pirates. SMCC in white looking to go a perfect 7-0, pick it up late in the first quarter. Senior quarterback Bryce Wyndham to a driving Travis Vujic, 20-yard touchdown. Falcons up 14-0 after the first. In the second, Justin Carabino goes on in, 17-yard score. That increased the Monroe lead to 21. More of the same in the second half. Vujic gets it to Carabino. Nice concentration to get the foot in. Touchdown. Monroe St. Mary Catholic Central goes on to win 33-0. First Huron League championship in 4 years. To the soccer pitch now. Canton playing host to Grand Blanc in a winner-take-all KLAA Association title tilt. The Kensington Conference champ Chiefs got things going early. Canton will get not one, but 2 tries at it. Seconds the charm, the junior Hunter Olsen giving Canton a 1-0 lead. They would add to it later in the half. A terrific feed from Dylan De Silvia to Sam Deloy gives the junior an uncontested look at the net. He doesn't miss. The Chiefs with a 2-0 halftime lead. The Bobcats got back in it midway through the second. Aiden Taylor, a laser beam past a sprawling Jay Krebs, deficit down to 1. But then the skies opened up for Division I second-ranked Kenton, scoring 2 goals in a 4-minute span. The junior Josh Pasuniak showing off some slick footwork to beat the D, and the keeper Jacob Schroer. Later, it would be the junior Trevor Turco who will come up with the loose ball and sneak one in short side. Kenton had a 3-goal cushion. The Chiefs remain undefeated on the season as they knock off Grand Blanc and capture the KLAA Association title, their first since 2011. 4-1 the final.
Let's go to Kevin Gale for the White Division Championship between Williamson and Lansing Catholic.
Close game in the second. Lansing Catholic up 14-12 until Tony Poljan plays traffic cop. There's Zach Baker. He goes down all the way to the goal line. Oh, just inches short. That sets up Big Tony. When you've got a 6'7" quarterback, why call any other play at the goal line? 20-12 Cougars. We've seen some really nice dynamic offense from Williamston this season, but not in this game. Moses Kone and Peter Gaylor suffocate that Hornet run. Then Williamston tries a fake punt pass, only to see that Baker kid pick it off. 3 interceptions in the game for Baker. That's 6 in the last 2 games. No drama late in this one as Lansing Catholic makes a statement. Poljan runs in for his second score. Then later, Poljan goes across the middle to Baker. Outstanding one-handed catch, and he's high step into the house. Poljan tallies 405 passing yards and 6 total TDs. In this 50-14 romp, Lansing Catholic wins the CAAC White.
Lansing Sexton is once again at the head of the class in the CAAC Blue. That means 2 teams in hot pursuit, Grand Ledge and Lansing Everett, face off in a must-win game to keep their title hopes alive.
Lansing Everett up 24-3 in the third quarter when the punt snap goes horribly wrong. Jordan Goebel lands on it for Grand Ledge. New life for the Comets. To the fourth, Everett lead down to 7 until Lane Porter hits Brian Jones on the money. Nice grab too. He's taken down at the 5-yard line. That sets up Porter on a laser to Rhett Blackman. Lansing Everett wins 38-24, staying 1 game behind first place Lansing Sexton.
Hey everyone, I'm Stephanie. If you're looking for high school football scores from around the state, head to statechampsnetwork.com and you can search by team and even conference on our brand new scoreboard feature. Stay tuned for this week's In Focus.
We want you. We are Lawrence Technological University, and we don't want just anybody. We want students who are curious and driven, students with a passion for hard work and good times, students who will move right in and shoot for the best that Lawrence Tech Southfield campus has to offer. So if you believe that everything is possible and that possible is everything, we want you at LTU.
Fundraising should be fresh, flavorful, and simple. We have the perfect solution at Hungry Howie's, Dough Raiser. Your nonprofit organization can sell paper pizza certificates that your customers can redeem for 1 medium pizza at participating Hungry Howie's locations. Go to doughraiser.com to learn about, sign up for, and order everything Dough Raiser. Request a Dough Raiser kit for your group today. Your next fundraiser comes with flavored crust. Welcome to Hungry Howie's Dough Raiser.
All the action, all the excitement, and all the emotion of your high school sports community. What's it say? Can only be found on the Emmy Award-winning State Champs High School Sports Show. For over a decade, your premier source for Michigan high school sports coverage and your high school community. State Champs, Michigan's home for high school sports.
Welcome back to State Champs. Now let's go in focus. If you want to check out the best cross-country runner in the nation, you'll find him in Grand Blanc. 17-year-old Grant Fisher has a list of accomplishments a mile long, and he can run that mile in just 4 minutes and 2 seconds. Grant proudly represents the Grand Blanc High School boys cross-country team, where he feels blessed and proud to be a leader of the pack.
It means a lot. You know, when I came out here as a freshman and stuff, there were a bunch of senior captains, and I really looked up to them. And to be out here now and to think that I'm someone that other people look up to, it's really, it is a lot of responsibility, but it's also a pretty cool feeling that you can kind of influence the younger guys and kind of show them the ropes.
But Grant also has represented the USA at the World Junior Championships.
Standing on the starting line and looking around and seeing all these countries represented, and then looking down at my chest and seeing USA, it was, it's really hard to describe, and it was just such like a moment of pride and just happiness.
As the winner of the Gatorade National Boys Cross Country Player of the Year, he even got to attend the ESPY Awards in LA this summer.
Just being on the red carpet and looking around and all of these famous people that you see on TV on like Sundays and Saturdays, and the basketball players are like 7 feet, and you're like looking up at them, and you know, obviously nobody knew who I was there, but I knew who everybody was, and you know, to see people in person and to be at an award show like that, it was just something I'll never forget.
However, Fisher isn't in this for the awards, but for his team.
He's a leader, and he tries to help the team out. You can see today, even though this was a duel, I mean, he had set the pace and tried to, help the rest of the team along.
For State Champs, I'm Stephanie Funkhauser. In Focus is presented by the Van Andel Institute. Join the Purple community today and learn how your school can fight cancer at purplecommunity.org.
Hi, I'm Jackie for Driving 101. Today's lesson, what to do if your vehicle breaks down. The side of the road is a dangerous place, so remember these important tips to keep you safe.
It is safest to remain in your vehicle if you're in a remote area and don't know exactly where help is located. Rescuers are more likely to find the car than you alone. If you need to exit the vehicle for safety reasons, exit using the doors away from the side that the traffic is on. Make yourself as visible as possible to rescuers. Turn on your flashers and open the hood of the car to indicate that you're having trouble. In some circumstances, when there is no other alternative, you may need to rely on the help of a friendly motorist or passerby. Stay in your car with the doors locked, open the window slightly, and ask them to call the police. Always make sure to ask for identification, including name, phone number, and address before accepting assistance.
Tune in next week for another lesson in Driving 101.
Driving 101 is presented by our friends, the United Auto Workers and Chrysler.
I'm Ryan Slocum with the Mid-Michigan Report. We'll begin in the Saginaw Valley Red. Lapeer putting its 6-0 record on the line against Midland. The Bolts came in giving up just 13 points all year. Here's why. Dan Perry blowing up the exchange. The Lapeer defense doing that all night. The Lightning usually pound the ground, but Eli Hunt showing off the cannon in this one. He hits Tyler Wills for a 37-yard touchdown to make it 21-0. Then in the second quarter, Hunt with another kill. He finds John Curry for the touch. Lapeer led it 37-0 at the half. That kid's gonna get real strong by the end of the year because the Lightning score a lot. Lapeer wins again, 44-7. In the Metro League, Flushing was in big trouble against Brandon, down 35-14 in the third. That's when Nolan Martin takes over. That was the first of 3 straight touchdowns for Martin, all in the third quarter. The third touchdown ties it up at 35 all. The QB then gets in on the ground attack. Garrett Oginski keeps it himself and takes off for his second touchdown of the night. This one puts Flushing back on top 42-35. The Blackhawks with a chance to win it late, though. From the 20, Nicholas Uticon to the end zone. Nate Everett pulls it in, but the ref says he trapped it. So Brandon has one more chance on 4th down. Uticon to the end zone again, and it's tipped by Oginski. Flushing wins the thriller 42-35 and is finally back in the postseason with a 6-1 record. For State Champs, I'm Ryan Slocum.
We begin this week's Recruit Report with a slew of basketball commitments. I'm Kyle Bogenschutz of Scout.com. Detroit Western teammates will stay here in the city of Detroit and play for the University of Detroit. We'll start with Josh McFauley, a combo guard in the 6-foot range, a willing defender and a kid who can really score the basketball. His teammate Gerald Blackshear, a 6'9" power forward who can run the floor and finish inside with force. Love to see those two staying here locally. Moving on to DeLeon Brown, he commits to Colorado. A nice pickup for them. He impressed a couple of years ago at Michigan's basketball camp. Not enough for Michigan or Michigan State to offer necessarily, but a long kid, a slasher, a kid who can really fill it up and get into the paint. Shifting to football, Justin Tranquil commits to Western Michigan. He's a young man out of Fort Wayne, actually the younger brother of freshman Drew Tranquil, who's at Notre Dame already blocking punts and making plays. In Justin, you get a physical kid, you get a kid who can play corner, also safety. A nice pickup for Western Michigan. Some new offers went out this week, starting with 2015 tight end Brian Morton of Brother Rice. He gets an offer from Eastern Michigan, a really nice story. Just started playing football this year. Also some new 2016 offers. Donnie Corley Jr. of Detroit King picks up an offer from Wake Forest, and Desmond Fitzpatrick, a wideout out of Farmington High School, picks up a new offer from the Louisville Cardinals. That is going to do it for this week's Recruit Report. I'm Kyle Bogenschutz.
Hey guys, make sure you are voting in our Hungry Howie's Mr. Football Race every week on StateChampsNetwork.com to make sure your favorite players stay in the running. Coming up next, Tom and Lauren add 2 more players to the list.
My purple is defeating cancer.
My purple is my grandma.
Everyone has a reason for joining Purple Community.
My purple is fighting Parkinson's.
My purple is my mother.
Because that's where the fight to end cancer, Parkinson's, and other diseases begins. When you participate in a Purple Community event, 100% of your donation goes directly to research at Van Andel Institute. Get involved. Join us at purplecommunity.org.
There are over 400,000 NCAA student athletes, and just about all of us will be going pro in something other than sports.
All the action, all the excitement, and all the emotion of your high school sports community. What's the set? Can only be found on the Emmy Award-winning State Champs High School Sports Show. For over a decade, your premier source for Michigan high school sports coverage and your high school community. State Champs, Michigan's home for high school sports.
It's just ordinary fleece, but the comfort it provides is immeasurable. The American Red Cross brings hope and help to people in need every 8 minutes, every day. So this season, give something that means something.
Welcome back to State Champs. I'm David Faze. Lawrence Tech has long been a mainstay at the top of the list of this country's most forward-thinking universities. But the folks over at LTU are not ones to rest on their laurels. And with that in mind, they recently broke ground on what is to be the next great piece of the puzzle in Lawrence Tech's drive to produce future leaders. Check it out. The new Marburger STEM Center, named for President Emeritus Richard Marburger, is the first phase of what will eventually be the Taubman Complex, named for LTU alum and mall mogul Alfred Taubman. The STEM Center will be dedicated to a rigorous focus on teaching the STEM core curriculums. And these new developments give University President Dr. Verinder Maudgil lots of hope for LTU's future.
All this excitement is because we all recognize that the Taubman Complex and Marburger STEM Center will fundamentally redefine this campus experience and the way our university serves our students and the community.
And as for Taubman himself, he could not be more proud and thrilled for what this terrific new campus addition will do to better the educational experience of future LTU students.
It will be exciting to see how the teaching that takes place in this complex shapes the lives of generations of students to come and shapes their contributions to a better tomorrow.
As always, if you'd like to learn more about everything happening on the Blue Devil campus, visit ltu.edu. For State Champs, I'm David Faze.
We're Forest Hills Northern, and here come all the highlights from West Michigan.
Let's start with a classic Kalamazoo area rivalry game. It's Portage Central and Portage Northern. Northern just raced out of the gates in this one. Grant McNally takes the inside give, up the gut, in for the touchdown. The Huskies rushed for over 100 yards in the first 7 minutes of this game as they built a 10-6 lead. But the Central ground game would find its stride. The Mustangs run a similar play for Thomas Hatfield and a similar result. Touchdown Central, who led 12-10 at the half. Second half now, and the Mustangs able to salt it away with another back. This is Brandon Sturgeon breaking free. He finished with 77 yards and 3 touchdowns on the night as Portage Central qualifies for the playoffs thanks to a 26-10 win over their crosstown rival. What a football game we had this week in the OK Bronze. Cedar Springs 5-1, facing a 6-0 Forest Hills Northern squad. We were scoreless into the second quarter, but Cedar Springs was knocking at the door. Handoff goes to Caden Myers, and the senior gets to the corner, able to cross the goal line. Touchdowns hard to come by in the first half as the Redhawks led 8-0 at the break. Third quarter, Northern driving. Jake Martin in the shotgun. Going deep for Adam Farah, who hauls it in, keeps his feet, and tumbles into the end zone for the 44-yard touchdown. He also caught the 2-point conversion to tie this game up at 8 apiece. Fourth quarter, fourth down and goal from the 1-yard line for Cedar Springs. Sophomore quarterback Colin Alvsteffer keeps it himself on the left side, diving for the pylon and gets it for the game-winning touchdown. Cedar Springs holds an FHN offense averaging 41 points per game to single digits as they get the 14-8 victory.
You start wanting this too bad, that's going to go wrong. So that ball goes over your head, you do whatever sounds fun, all right?
We go to the Division I Tennis Regional, hosted at Holland High School. In the number 2 doubles, West Ottawa serving to Muskegon Mona Shores. Kobe Gossett returns and then delivers the overhead smash for the winner. He and partner Nick DeBrine capture the title. Shores finished 5th overall. Granville was in the mix for one of the top spots. At number 4 singles, it's Ben Walski battling West Ottawa's Taylor Bethke. Walski with a fantastic recovery on the long return, and Granville is moving on to the state finals. To number 1 singles, West Ottawa's Nick Schnobel versus Granville's Zach Rabatoy, and this one was a war. A 3-hour-long match goes 3 sets, and the senior Schnobel gets it done for the Panthers as Holland West Ottawa takes the regional crown.
It's that time of the show once again where you at home can grab a slice of the flavored crust goodness that you can only get from the one and only Hungry Howie's. Time for an update in our 2014 Hungry Howie's Mr. Football race. Joining me at our brand new desk is the one and only Tom Markowski. This is nice, huh?
This is very nice.
Okay. To find the best football player in the state, it takes time. We have a new entrant into the competition, actually 2. There's no way you can say this first guy is not a part of the conversation as the best football player in the state this year.
Well, receiver Grant Perry out of Birmingham Brother Rice is setting all kinds of records, including last week with 257 in one game. He's got nearly 1,000 yards receiving, is about to pass the top player in Brother Rice history as a receiver. And he's just, blowing it up on the field and making Alex Malzone look pretty good out there, too.
Yeah, we have another guy.
Well, Trayvon Avery from Grand Blanc is really having a great year. Came out of nowhere, was a defensive back early in his career, really made some improvements this year. And they're 5-1 Grand Blanc going this weekend. He could make some noise in the playoffs.
All right, now since 2009, Hungry Howie's has turned their pizza boxes pink to support breast cancer awareness with love, hope, and pizza. You guys have helped them raise over $1 million for the National Breast Cancer Foundation. 6 years later, Hungry Howie's is still proud to continue to offer pizza with a purpose. For every pizza sold, every story shared, and every new Facebook fan, Hungry Howie's makes a donation to the National Breast Cancer Foundation. Through love, hope, and pizza, Hungry Howie's is changing lives, giving hope.
Hey State Champs fans, thanks for sticking with us. Remember, if you missed any of today's show, you can check it out on our website, statechampsnetwork.com. Coming up is our main event this week, and it's in girls golf. Stay with us as the girls hit the links.
This October, you're going to be seeing a little more pink. Once again, Hungry Howie's is fighting breast cancer with love, hope, and pizza. For every pizza sold, every story of strength shared, and every new Hungry Howie's Facebook fan, a donation will be made to the National Breast Cancer Foundation. The pink pizza boxes are back. Order today and join us in the fight against breast cancer with love, hope, and pizza.
I'm Drew Brees, and being a dad means the world to me. And one of the most important things any parent can do is make sure their kids get active at least 60 minutes each day. Studies show that physical activity not only helps kids stay healthy, it can enhance important skills like concentration and problem solving, which can improve academic performance. This means physical activity can help your kids in the most important game of all, life.
We want you. We are LTU, Lawrence Technological University, and is one of the nation's best schools for engineering, architecture, and technology. We don't want just anybody. We want students who are curious and driven, students who want to change the world through technology, science, and design. So if you believe that possible is everything, we want you at LTU.
Welcome back to State Champs. Our main event this week is On the Links, a Division II girls golf regional. We are back down here on the southeast side of the state. We head now to Commerce. 14 teams represented, but only 3 schools qualify for next weekend's Division II girls golf state finals. Edgewood Country Club, the site for this regional. Let's start with 8th-ranked Auburn Hills Avondale. First hole, senior Mackenzie Blomberg dropping the 5-footer. She finished 3rd overall with an 82. Avondale finished in 3rd and is going to MSU next weekend. Unranked Birmingham Marion looking to advance to the big dance for the first time in 3 years. The freshman Alexandra Robb on the par 4 second, saving par. Mustangs finished runner-up and are heading to states. The team to beat on this day, 2nd-ranked Birmingham Seaholm. The defending Division II state champs clutch with the clubs in this one too. The junior Allegra Cunningham on one. She shot a 79 at last year's finale. Here, the great chip approach in finishing distance. Allegra putts in for par, finished with an 81, second best on the day. The Maples win their 12th regional championship in the last 13 years. Let's bring in Stephanie.
Thanks, Lauren. I'm here with Jamie Green of Birmingham Seaholm. You guys are regional champs today. How do you feel going into next week defending your state title?
We're really looking forward to going to MSU next week and defending our state title, and hopefully we can pull it together there like we did today.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now before we go, I want to let you know that next week we're going purple. We celebrate Van Andel Institute's purple campaign by dressing everything up in a violet hue. Of course, the main reason we're doing that is to help raise awareness in the Van Andel Institute fight against cancer and Parkinson's disease. And wait until you see what we've got planned for our Halloween show. Now, bottom line, we're having fun and we thank you for watching. Interact with us on social media and be sure to go to statechampsnetwork.com for stories, scores, game clips, and more. We'll see you next week. State Champs is presented by Lawrence Technological University. Possible is everything. Also brought to you in part by Hungry Howie's. Your next fundraiser comes with flavored crust. Go to doughraiser.com for details. Van Andel Institute. Get involved. Join us at purplecommunity.org. And our friends with the United Auto Workers and Chrysler.